Like, if you don't give people attention, if you don't give people like this, the attention that they want, they will leave you alone.
The person is not bluffing. The person said, thank you for bringing young blood. That word young blood alone is enough for you to run away. Hello and welcome to our channel. My name is Voke.
And I am Informe.
So, we saw the miniseries The Watcher that is currently streaming on Netflix. Everyone is talking about this series that is actually based on true events. And one can help, if you're a fan of true crime, definitely a mouth-watering series is out there and you just want to see what happened there. And The Watcher is just about a family that moves into this neighborhood. It's a dream neighborhood. It's perfect. Westfield, 357 Boulevard, Westfield, New Jersey. And this family of four had barely moved in when they started receiving letters from someone called The Watcher. The person is saying all sorts of things like, thank you for bringing young blood, just really creepy stuff. And this family, they really needed to move in because they're already having money issues and all of that. So it was just crazy. Not only do they have this Watcher on their back, they also have creepy neighbors. So just crazy. The house seems to be doing a lot of things. Even the Watcher wrote that, do you know what's within the walls of this house? You know what it goes on in the basement? Why, just really creepy stuff. So, and shockingly, it's based on true events.
And it's starring Bobby, Carnival, and Naomi Watts. And this series is, it just picks at your brain that everybody in this entire series is a suspect for me. But the number one person on my list was the relator, her friend. I was suspecting her. Like, I just said no. From the first episode, I said no. This has to be the Watcher.
For me, the person I suspected was the investigator, private investigator.
Theodora.
Yes, Theodora. I felt like, oh, this Theodora. You said you like true whatever. You said you have a little time. Maybe this is just something that's fun for you. So I felt like she was the Watcher. That's what I suspected. And I kind of had my little aha moment there. Because when she came and said she was the Watcher, I said, aha! Gotcha! Oh, I always knew. But the Watcher is, till today, we don't know who the Watcher is. The Watcher case remains unsolved. And let me just give you a little spoiler there. Theodora actually was not the Watcher. She just wanted the man to have peace because there's something good with closure. So she just wanted to give that closure.
Already losing his mind because he did not know. He just wanted to know who is doing this thing.
Yeah. So, and it was splitting the family apart and all of that. So that's just, the series is just 7 episodes, and
from every episode I was hooked from episode 1.
I won't say I was hooked. I was just going through this movie. The movie did not intrigue me as much as I wanted it to.
I was feeling maybe some kind of more scared because it's Ryan Murphy. I was like, oh, something like American Horror Story, but it was not.
I didn't expect any scare. I just wanted something intriguing, and I was just floating. I was just watching it. And this movie is based on like we said earlier, the movie is based on the article on the court back in 2018. But this event happened in 2014. So you might not know this, but this is actually based on true events, like I said multiple times in this video. And family actually received letters.
Yeah, the family actually received letters from the Watcher, addressed as the Watcher, and the letters from the characters received. Some words were picked actually from the actual letter.
Yeah.
It's really weird that somebody would do this to people.
Yeah, using words like, oh, thank you for bringing me young blood. It was really said in the original letter.
Like, it's very creepy that you want to do something, that you start stalking somebody's house.
And that they've been watching since 1920s.
Yes, it's a family thing.
It's a family thing. Another important thing that you probably do not know about this story is that Maria and Derek brothers, which is the real name of the people that experienced this, they actually never moved into this house.
Yeah.
So, because when I was watching this movie, because I've not read the article then, and I said, why not just leave? Forget about the money. So, it seems like this silly decisions about moving into a haunted house only happens in Hollywood. because this family, they were just renovating. They already had their dream home and they were renovating this house and receiving letters. Here,
They're not moving. They rented it out, then they sold it later.
yes, it was not on the 2019 they sold it, and it said that the new occupant or the new owner never received any letter. They never did. So that's just it. Then also the family wanted this thing, like before they sold their right to this movie, they said Netflix should make sure that it does not reflect their family. So that's why Netflix made it just 2 kids, while the real family, Maria and Derek, actually have 3 kids who were under 10 at the time. Imagine the horror. And they had to change the name from Brothers to Brannock family. Also, they were actually creepy neighbors.
Like Mitch and Mo. First of all, the name first of all, we were like, what is Mitch and Mo? Why would they come wearing Mitch and Mo? Wearing matching clothes and sitting outside and just. But I don't suspect them.
I didn't suspect them, but there was no such thing as blood clot and a tunnel under the house in the real story. There was no such thing. That was just Hollywood adding spice to the story.
And also the character Pearl and Jasper, they are also they were also real neighbors of this family, and they actually suspected the brother first of all that he wasn't right to live later, and he also had a condition too. But when police investigated, there was nothing. In this you're like, why is the policeman, the detective, so relaxed? Like, why is he not doing anything about it? That's why I really suspected the friend and the man. Like, it made a lot of sense to me. Even when they came out and said, you did it, this is why you're doing this. And like, yes, it made sense. But then, they were not the ones.
It was so obvious for me. I just felt like, oh, it has to be Theodora. And even the real story, the couple were called crazy, that they were just trying to cook up the story and, all of that. So, yeah, imagine moving into a house that is haunted or getting late. I would flee. I will run. I
don't know if I'll run. I don't know if I won't acknowledge the letter.
I will acknowledge the letter. I will run. Like something about me, I believe people. Believe them when they say that I'm going to hurt you. I'm watching you, that my house has an admirer. I would run. Please.
I don't think I'll run. I will not just give the person attention. I feel like if I don't give you attention, you will stop.
So someone that is telling you, did you bring what they said? Someone that is saying that thank you for bringing young blood.
Well, will you have more children?
Are there more coming? Someone that is saying that what else is this saying that's so creepy?
They can see the house from every window.
They can see the house from every window. What house? Where are you going to? What rooms will you occupy? I have been watching the house, and I will call them to me. I will not stay in the house. The couple did the right thing. Their children were number one priority.
I feel like they won't take a lot of time to even say, okay, let us sell this house. I feel like, oh,
that's the movie.
In the movie.
Yes, I'll tell you, because they were having money issues. But for the real family, I applaud them, because that's exactly what I would do. I'll take for the hills, because why would I move into a place that is haunted? That is peace over money all the time. Because why? What am I trying to achieve from?
That's like if you don't give people attention. If you don't give people like this, the attention that they want, they will leave you alone.
The person is not bluffing. The person said, thank you for bringing young blood. That word young blood alone is enough for you to run away. And the person said they're going to learn your children's names. And subsequent later, they will already say you already knew the children's names. What am I doing there? Especially when you have kids.
I don't know. Or maybe I will not answer you. If I don't have kids, I will not answer you. Because that house is actually very beautiful.
Another thing is that's not the actual 657 Boulevard. That house was actually in New York, but they stuck to the house number and the name. So that's a different house, just so you know.
In episode 7, I got tired of the entire series. I was already bored. Like, okay, what's happening here?
I got tired early, Seth, because I'm like, okay. Because once they uncover one, another person, once they uncover a suspect, the person is already, vindicated. And I'm like, okay, who is doing this?
It was not getting tiring. Like, okay, but I thought this is the person. But
I didn't really take many roller coaster ride though, but it's a nice one. It's a good one. It's an amazing story that people actually went through such traumatizing experience. It's crazy. That's why I think if I have to rate, I'll give it 3.
I'll give it 4.
3, if not 2, but because I was expecting something that would knock my socks off, and he didn't.
Okay. I'll give it. I will give it 4 because it's okay.
So if you've seen the Watcher series, tell us what you think. And if are you going to see this series? You should if you are a fan of true crime, and you can check out the articles as well, and just enjoy the story. But big ups to the Brothers family for doing the right thing back in 2014. I applaud your efforts. On that note, we're going to say goodbye. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel.